Responding to the widespread concern over continued nuclear testing, Parliamentarians for Global Action took a second initiative. Members urged their governments to support an amendment to cover underground nuclear testing as well. The result? A multilateral conference in New York in January 1991 considers for the first time in history a comprehensive nuclear test ban. George Fuchs, British member of the Global Action Council.
Parliamentarians Global Action has been concerned for some time to use the amendment procedure of the test ban conference to get the partial test ban converted to a complete test ban. While Britain and America continue to test nuclear weapons, it's very difficult to persuade countries like Brazil or Pakistan or India that they shouldn't develop nuclear weapons and that they should sign the Non-Proliferation Treaty. So the two are linked, and it's really crucially important to get Britain and America to stop testing nuclear weapons.
In November 1990, Global Action set an historic precedent. It sent a delegation of 8 parliamentarians to Moscow, London and Washington to meet with leaders of those 3 powers and attempt to persuade them to stop nuclear testing forever. In London, Olafur Grimsson presents an open letter on the subject signed by over 2,000 colleagues around the world and addressed to Presidents Bush and Gorbachev and former Prime Minister Thatcher.
So the formal task of our delegation is to present this book of parliamentary support. I believe it is unique in the sense that I don't know ever before such a large number of parliamentarians from so many countries, nearly all of them with democratic politics, have put the name to this letter. They include prime ministers, foreign ministers, chairmen of foreign affairs committees, former ministers, party leaders, people from the left, right, and the center of the political spectrum.
A member of the delegation, U.S. Senator Tom Harkin, conveys Global Action's message to Britain's Deputy Foreign Minister.
Those of us in the United States, and we represent both parties, Republicans and Democrats, feel that the time is right to move aggressively forward towards a comprehensive test ban treaty. President Gorbachev said very clearly yesterday that the Soviet Union would sign a comprehensive test ban treaty tomorrow if the UK and the United States would also agree to do so. One of the reasons, and I'll just hit on this lightly and let my colleagues take it up from there, that we feel that it's appropriate at this time, is that the issue of non-proliferation has now reached a level of understanding among people in both, I think in the United States and I would assume in Great Britain, that it is not achieved before due to what's happened in the Middle East.
Also on the delegation was Oljaz Suleymanov, deputy from Kazakhstan to the Supreme Soviet of the USSR.
This is the first time, and I think, unless my memory is wrong, it's the first time in the history of humanity that the 3 parliamentarian groups from 3 nuclear powers got together in such a way and expressed to them those ideas which best personify the best in each of our parliaments. This is the best form of parliamentary diplomacy. Moscow, we were able to do that. We met with Gorbachev.